What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin. Recently I've shared a few videos with you guys talking about the GoPro Hero 9 and utilizing the max lens mod. And I've actually had a couple questions from you guys asking certain things that I had questions about too, so it gave me a chance to test a few things out, and I wanted to share them with you in this video. So the first thing I want to cover is what happens if you use the max lens mod without using the max lens mod mode. So say you shot in 4K or 5K and maybe turned off your stabilization. What does it do then? Does it still crop in and look weird? Well, yes, it does. And it's typically not the look you want. Personally, probably never gonna do that. But I did shoot a couple of test shots for you guys just to show what it would look like. And yeah, here they are. Another question I had was, what settings am I using? Because you may have seen in the GoPro videos, they always have ideal lighting, ideal situations, and their shots always look amazing. And usually when you go out with your GoPro, it doesn't look quite that way, unless you're in those epic locations and doing epic things as well. But there are some things that you can do to help your footage look as good as possible. To do that, here are the settings that I use that I've been really happy with on the GoPro Hero 9. When using the max lens mod. So when shooting with the max lens mod on the GoPro Hero 9, you are restricted. Your highest resolution that you can shoot is 2.7K, which I highly recommend shooting the highest resolution you always can. That's going to give you the best looking footage and quality possible. And then for most things that I shoot in real time because I'm editing on a 24 frame timeline. So I'm going to shoot in 24 frames per second. But if I did want to use slow motion, you can shoot up to 60 frames per second, and it's not going to change your quality. That's just whether or not you want to shoot and edit in real time or use slow motion. I also like to shoot in the 4:3 aspect ratio. That way I can also crop in and choose the exact frame that I want. Because with a GoPro, even though with the new front screen it is nice that you can kind of see your frame better, again, when it's on your chest or maybe a helmet, you may not always get the framing that you want. So when you shoot in 4:3, you have a little bit of wiggle room, because I'm going to crop in and edit it to a 16:9. You have a little bit more of a framing option when you shoot in 4:3. So from there, obviously we're using the max lens super view, and I have it in, I use super view mode. You can also go in wide, but I like to shoot in super view because if you're putting the max on, you most likely want it to be maxed out. And then with hyper smooth, I have it on. Get that smooth footage. And then I like the look with horizon lock. I think it's pretty sweet, so I leave horizon lock on. Basically the rest of them I don't really touch. Schedule capture off, just gonna shoot in real time. Duration, just gonna let it run. Hindsight off, timer off. Those are cool features that you can use in other instances, but for me, I haven't been using them when I use the max lens mod. Now, scrolling down to the next section, this is where you're really going to dial in your settings. So in the Pro Tune section, you want your bitrate set to high. That's going to give you the highest quality out of your footage. Shutter, I go ahead and set to auto. EV comp, I do -0.5. And what that does is that actually tones down some of the brightness. The GoPro likes to shoot pretty bright, and this kind of just brings it back down to reality. White balance, typically I'm going to be shooting in sunny conditions, so I set it to 5500. Anywhere between 5000 and 6000 Kelvin is going to be great. And then you want to set your ISO somewhere between 100 for the minimum, and then ISO maybe max 400. But here recently I've actually been shooting 100 with 100 bright sunny days. If I'm out in the woods, maybe I'll vary it to 200, but keep it as low as possible. I like to shoot with my sharpness on medium. Color, I choose flat, but if you want to shoot with GoPro color, it's actually pretty awesome. Flat does give you a little bit more range if you want to edit and tweak it in the editing room later and do some color grading or add some LUTs or whatever you want to do. So I like to shoot on flat, but again, GoPro color is really good as well. And then raw audio off, wind off, and that's pretty much how I set up my GoPro when I'm using the Max Lens Mod. So now that I've shared some settings with you guys, I also had some questions to share. Longer runs mountain biking using the Max Lens Mod, so you can see these settings in action. Hopefully the YouTube compression does not kill all this. There are a bunch of textures and leaves that are running past the camera really quick, and I found out that that does affect some of the quality on YouTube, but there's some tricks around that which maybe I'll share in another video, and hopefully it works on this video as well. So anyway, here's some longer runs mountain biking using the Max Lens Mod. Let's take a look. Well, that is it for this video, guys. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that I answered a couple questions that you may have had if you are looking at maybe purchasing the max lens mod, or if you already have one and you're trying to utilize it to its max potential, no pun intended. Hopefully this video was helpful. If not, it was entertaining. And if you did like it, leave it a thumbs up. It really helps me and the YouTube algorithm to help my channel grow. Something super small that you guys can do is just leave this video a thumbs up. And until next time, I'll see you guys in another video.